Hello everyone, this is Robin from mypinkstamper.com and I thought I would do a really quick video, another Halloween project. My friend Mary and I have decided to do a little Halloween party at my house, and so she's going to help me with decorations and I'm going to do the party favors and whatnot. So today I'm just kind of testing and messing around. I'm using the Happy Hauntings Cricut cartridge, which has just a ton, I've made projects before in the past with different images from this set, and I actually really love it, this cartridge. We're going to use one of the 3D items on the bottom. We're going to use this make the little orange pumpkin box right here. So I'm just messing around, seeing how easy to make, if it's going to be something I'll want to duplicate a lot. And I'm also using Spook-alicious stamps from My Pink Stamper. And if you want these for your holiday season, to make Christmas goodies, you probably want to get your orders in very soon. I know a lot of my retailers are running very low on them. So go to mypinkstamper.com and click on order stamps and products, and you can find a retailer that you want to work with, and they have them. I haven't decided which stamp I'm going to use from this yet. I think I might use Beware or Hey Pumpkin. I'm not so sure just yet. So let's go ahead and head on over to my Cricut and get started. Here is my new, this is the, I don't know what color, purple. I know there's another color for it. My teal one died on me, and so Provo Craft was able to scrounge this up. This was one they were actually using in their office. They were able to replace it with this one for me. I was really sad, but my teal one is dead, and now I have a purple one. So Carly's a little jealous because, she loves, my best friend loves the purple and green, and I actually love it a lot. So we're going to go ahead and work with this. It works just great. I have the update on it. And it's all ready to go. Now we're going to use the pumpkin. Like I said, it's on page 100 of your handbook, so it's behind the instructions on how to make the awesome Halloween house, and my friend Mary and I might attempt to make it for the party, but I'm not sure because it looks like a lot of work, and you guys know me, I like to do the simple projects because life is crazy around here with 5 little kids. Okay, so, oops, it's not on page 101. It's on page 100. Can't even talk. All we will need is orange for the main box, and then we're doing green for the stems. Now if you'll notice, there's 2 sets of stems, and it's because the 2 different boxes, it's already, both of them are in one cut. So if you're using your Gypsy, you can, or your Cricut Craft Room, you can delete the ones you don't want to use, but I'm just using my Cricut machine without any software or machines besides the Cricut. And so we're just going to cut all of them out, and I'll put them aside because I'll probably make that one as well later, not on the video. And then you get to also decide the top one. This one has 2 different faces to choose from, and on the back it doesn't show the second face, if you guys can see that. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of in purple, but it's like a little vampire girl, it looks like. We're going to use a little scary guy, just cut that out in black. And that's all the cutting we're going to do. But I'm going to show you how to put a box together and how to score it, because I know although they look simple, and they're simple, for those of us who have done them before, if you've never done it, it might be a little scary in the beginning, but it's super easy, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, let's go ahead and start cutting now. Alright, are you guys ready? I have my red arms. I've got my orange cardstock. I'm a little colorblind today. Cardstock on my page. Let's go ahead and just load this up. So just, put it down here. If you're new to the Cricut, just press your load paper button. Super easy. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to mess around here. I'm going to do a couple little options to see what size I want to use. Okay, so first I'm going to press my pumpkin, and it's the bottom row. It's the 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 8th button on the bottom row. And if you wait, you can see it in your screen right here. Okay. Now we can let's hit fit to page, and I want to see how big that makes it. Fit to page makes it 11.5. So I'm not really sure what size the pumpkin's going to be once we, I guess you can divide it by 2 and then take off a little bit. So let's go ahead and take off the fit to page. And we're going to try it at, I'm going to do, let's see, 5, 10. I'm going to try it at 10.5. Now, it's good that I'm trying this at home. I'm going to try this first so you guys don't have to waste your paper. Let me do that. if this is not the right size. So I'm going to try it at 10.5 inches, and I'm going to see if that's a really good size. I don't want it to be a huge pumpkin. I have to make a bunch of these. I don't want to use that much paper. But we're going to see what this comes out with, you know, the size it comes. I can't even talk today. We're going to see how big it is. Okay, let's go ahead and press cut. And make sure your blade is set to the correct setting. I like mine on 6 when I'm using thicker cardstock. And I like my speed all the way up and my pressure all the way at max. Now if you're doing intricate cuts, you might want to lower it or mess with your settings. Alright, we're going to go ahead and see how big this is going to be. I think this is actually going to be a pretty good size now that I'm looking at it. So this looks like it'll probably be about a 3-inch pumpkin. And then we're going to go ahead and score it. So let me let my machine do the cutting. I have my black and my olive green cardstock ready to go on my mat. And now I wanted to point out, if you're a first time or a new Cricut user, if you're going to be layering your images and you want them to layer proportionately, make sure that you have your paper saver, or sometimes it says material saver. Make sure you have that button pressed before you even start with your first cut. And so mine's usually set on there to paper saver. Real dial size is when you want it to be that actual size. So if you're doing a layer, and let's say it's an eyeball and it's supposed to go on the pumpkin, if I have my paper saver button or my material saver button on, it's going to be proportionate. It's going to fit on the main image. Now if I have my real dial size button on, my eyeball is going to be 10.5 inches because that's what we have it set to over here. So it's going to be huge. It's going to be real. It's going to be actual size. So make sure you have your paper saver button on. And now we're going to go ahead and press our layer 1 button. Now this will correspond with the buttons that are actually on your overlay right here. So press your layer 1 button, and we want the bottom one, so go ahead. You don't have to press anything else besides the same button. Now if you wait and look over here, you're going to see the what am I calling them? Stems? The stems. Go ahead and press cut. And I'm hoping that'll fit on there. I'm not sure if I have enough green cardstock. I just guessed. No, I don't have enough. So I'm going to have to do that cut a little bit. Yeah, it didn't really work out. But that's okay, because again, I do this so you guys can see my mistakes, so don't make my mistake. Make sure you have at least a 6 by 3-inch piece of green cardstock, okay? So we know that. I'll do that off the record, or I mean off camera. Hit your line return button, it just brings your blade up. And I'm going to move my black over. Now that's why I put my black up here. If I would have put it right behind it, my machine would have cut into my black. And so I wasn't really sure exactly how big it was going to be. And so that's why when using the regular Cricut Expression with no Gypsy or Design Studio or Cricut Craft Room, you kind of have to make these guesses yourself. But you know, once you get the hang of it, it's really easy to kind of figure out. You just got to play with your machines. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Okay, so let's do the top now. And again, not really certain if I have the right size of paper. We're going to keep it on the layer 1 button. And go ahead and press shift. Anytime you press shift, you're going to get the top button on these little creative features keys. Okay, you guys got that? Does that make sense? Okay, shift, press that, and if you look over here, it's going to give you the face that you want. So let's see if we have enough black. Now if not, like I said, I'm going to be using more black paper and cutting it again. Normally I'm pretty accurate, but for some reason today I wasn't with the green. Okay, I was with the black, so let's go ahead and put this together. The first thing we're going to do, set that aside, is we're going to go ahead and glue on the green little, you know, I could have made them brown, because when I think about it, ours is brown. We actually went to the pumpkin patch last night. We go every single year to a place here in Oklahoma. It's called Orr Family Farm, and I love it. We have gone almost every year. One year we were not able to go, but we went last night and went on a little hayride and went pick pumpkins, but the stems were brown. They were not green. But you know, if they're attached to the vine, they're green, right? I think that's right. But I always do green all the time. I just love it. Okay, go ahead and put that on here. And now we can add our spooky, you know, little face on here. get it down here. Okay, now sometimes, find some scissors. Sometimes there's going to be, my black cardstock is super, super thick, this black cardstock. So sometimes you're going to have like a little fuzzy or it will not cut completely. And just use your scissors. I don't know why that's not cutting. Is it raining outside? Really? I was wondering why it looked all ucky in my room. It was getting all dark. It's like, oh no, it's raining. Now we need the rain. Is that upside down? Did you see that? If you turn it upside down, you can make your pumpkin be happy. But we're supposed to, it's supposed to be a grumpy old pumpkin, I guess. So now remember to have room for your little stamp underneath. So I'm going to put it right here. My arm keeps sticking. I have a very sticky mat. My arm keeps sticking on it. So I really like how this, the eye is, how Probocraft has made it on this cartridge. So it's not just a little black eye. Sorry, I cannot do that very well. The little teeny tiny pieces are so hard for me. I'm just not that talented with small pieces. Okay, so turn this over. And then do the last one. You guys like I'm showing you every little piece of glue today, huh? Okay. He's all scary and worried. I have 5, you guys know I have kids, right? So sometimes I act like I'm talking to my children when I'm talking to you, and I should never do that. Sometimes I do. Okay, now while it's flat, you guys see how we have this here. We're going to go ahead and decide which stamp we're going to do. Now you can take the stamps out of the package, and they have this nice clear, sheet that has the images on it, so you'll know when you're lining them up, you'll know what's going to look good. So boo to use a little bit too big. Now I was thinking we just do a little beware, beware everyone, or we can do yummy treats, yummy treats. Let's see. Let's do don't eat these. Don't eat these. That's going to be funny because we're going to put some goodies in there, but the pumpkin's like scaring them off. Don't eat these. Now, what I want to point out about these stamps, which I love, if you guys notice on all my stamp sets, I use different fonts. I don't use the same font on every single image. I like to make them different for you. But what I like is I throw in some smaller ones with just simple font, and then I throw in some bigger ones on each set, so you get a really good variety. Okay, we're going to do don't eat these, and we're going to use black, but I brought the brown, so I'm going to go grab my black stamp pad real quick. Okay, I better hurry and get this done, because if it's raining, it means my kids will be home. My friend Mary took my kids to the park today, since my husband has a church meeting. Today's Saturday, so he has a church meeting, and her husband was busy, so she came and picked up my kids. And I thought I'd do a quick video. So let's do don't eat these. Don't eat these! Ew! So you can put something really fun in there. I don't know. What do you do for Halloween? Things that look like eyeballs. Ah! Okay, we're going to use a scorer, or you can use a bone folder. This is my paper trimmer, but it also has a scorer that you can put in and take out, so I'm going to go grab that. Now if you have this Probocraft trimmer, you just pop this in. The green one is the scorer. And if you look closely, you'll see little markings, and that's where you're supposed to score it. So it's really easy to line up. You just will line up these two, and then you press kind of firmly, but you don't want to press it too hard. You don't want to cut it, because if you do it too hard, it will cut it. Okay, now where you've scored, you're going to simply just fold it. And you don't really need a bone folder, but it just gives you kind of a tight little crease. See how that's kind of standing up? This is going to be so cute! I love making projects with my Cricut and my stamps. I'm kind of a goofball with them. Okay, and now doing this and doing this, folding these over. Now these little tiny little spots are going to be where you put your glue. So make sure they're nice and tight. A nice solid line. Fold, full. Now I'm noticing my battery's almost dead on my camcorder. I hope I can finish this for you guys today. I want to get this up tonight, so I want this to be up on Saturday night. Now look at how this is going to work. This is so cute. Look, it's just going to go, look everyone, look. This is going to go in that little hole there. And then these are going to be attached. So when you have it, don't eat these. People are going to be like, what's in there? I'm so scared. I don't know if I should eat those. It says don't eat these. I'm just teasing actually. But we can go ahead and put your glue on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this all together like this. And I'm going to go ahead and go get some liquid zip dry. Now if you've never used zip dry, it's awesome. It's from Beacon Adhesives and it is permanent. And it actually dries very fast. That's why it's called zip dry. So I'm going to go grab that, put this on here, perfect for a box like this, so it won't pop off later. Okay, I found my zip dry. And what I'm going to do, now this dries really fast, so after you do this, I'm going to have to close up, put the lid back on as quickly as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on here first, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply pressure here, where I want it, right here. Apply light pressure, and it should start actually sticking very, very soon. Now I can, on this side, I can put my hand in and get a little bit of a pressure, but I don't think I need to with zip dry. Zip dry is really super cool, super awesome. Okay, look at that. It's already, yep, it's already almost permanent. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with this side. And now remember the top part opens, so if you're like, if you forgot already, and oh no, she's doing it shut permanently. I'm not. Remember the top part will unflap, so you can put goodies in there or something kind of scary but still food. So you're like, don't eat these, but they're gonna eat it anyway. That's the whole point. Alright, and then we're gonna do this and hold it for a minute. Hold it for just a second. And then it should be, it dries, oh, I forgot to put the lid back on. Don't forget to put your lid on your zip dry, or you'll have to unclog it because it dries super fast even in the bottle. But it's awesome. So let it sit for about a minute or two, and then stick your goodies in there, and then you have a little goodie box. Don't eat these. And this would be really easy to whip out a bunch of these, and can you imagine how cute these will be sitting on my table at my Halloween bash that I'm having this year, my first annual ever. So excited. I hope you guys, I can't even speak. I hope you guys have a spooky day. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, bye.